Welcome to
Marriage Pinnacle's Chats from the Peak, where
Where
God's favorites link up. My name is Dr. Lara.
and I'm Nami.
And this is Chats from the Peak. Welcome. Here on Chats from the Peak, we talk about it all. We talk about relationships and marriage. And we talk about embracing the highs while navigating the lows. And at the end of the day, we do it from a clinical lens, a cultural lens, and a little bit of real life application. And that's Memi's favorite part. It's my favorite part. But at the end of the day, we're here to talk about marriages and we're here to talk about relationships. And we're trying to get you guys to get off the train of marriage is dead.
It's because it's not. It's just a climb.
It's the climb. Like, why are you laughing? I'm so confused. What is the problem? We're not cutting this. What is the problem? No, because why are you laughing? I am.
Because like the way you to it was.
What? Okay, today on Chats from the Peak, this is a bittersweet episode. It's sweet because we're talking about self-care, something I think all of us need. I think not a wife, not just a mother, not a husband, not a father, but every single person needs to know about self-care. But it's bittersweet because this is our last episode for the season.
For the season, right?
Yes, we have been rocking with y'all for a number of episodes.
We are old school. We took it back to like the sitcom with like 20
Yeah,
episodes.
and then
That might be saying no more.
then we will take a little break and come back better and stronger than ever. But this one is one we think is a good ending point because it's like, you're stressed, life is getting to you, but here are some ways to kind of manage and focus on self-care.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
There's something that's meandering you.
Absolutely.
It's something that
Yeah. So, outside of Marriage Pinnacle, I'm a psychologist by training. And if there's anything that people have been wanting this year, it is self-care and burnout. Like all around the board. I mean, churches, schools, just laymen, organizations. I mean, I have given talks on self-care and burnout at least 6 or 7 times this year.
that's actually very good.
Yes, like that means it just is a need. So outside of being an employee and all of that, we're going to talk about it from the lens of being a spouse, a partner, in a relationship context. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So like let me start our episode.
Before that, like, comment, and subscribe, because you ain't gonna tell them to do that.
I wanted to, but I didn't.
Never ask.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna ask every time. I'm gonna ask every time.
Like, subscribe, comment, share,
Yes.
all that.
All that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Join our Peak Seekers community.
Please do. Sign up for our email list.
Yes.
Updates then we have coming out. Our
Yes.
cards are coming out soon.
Yes.
Very, very soon.
Like, no. They're pretty much, by the time this episode drops, they're already gonna be out.
In my phone door.
Yeah, they're gonna be out. So yeah.
Stay locked in by signing to our email list.
Yes.
Or
You can start now.
okay, now
Proceed. Yeah.
so the way our episode are typically set up for those I knew, I'm gonna talk with my hands.
It's okay, baby.
Like, I'll be watching the videos back and I'll be like, put your hands down. Jazz hands. Okay. But we start with International Clothes, where we talk about things that are going on in the communities around us, in our sphere, on social media, in the news, anything that's been viral lately. Just anything we've noticed during our strolls or, out and aboutness. And then next we go into relationship gems, which is when you pull out your pen and pad and you take notes on the things that on the topics that we're bringing forth, and actionable
Yes.
insights, things you can
Absolutely.
actually do to make your life better, your relationship better, your friendship better, just everything better. Like, trust us. And then sometimes we get listener letters, and we don't have one today, but next season we're going to have a lot more.
And if we don't, it's okay.
It's still okay.
It's all right. That just means you guys are great, and that's all I'm playing.
Appreciate it. So today it's not so cold. We're talking about, our topic is self-care.
Mhm.
And so I know during the pandemic,
Mhm.
self-care was a huge
Oh
thing,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
how are you making sure you stay stressed?
Yeah.
During Black Lives Matter, it was like, put your phone down if you need
Yeah.
to, go
Mhm.
get therapy,
Mhm.
get bath bombs.
Yeah.
Like, all these like
There's a lot of
self-care
different-
items became really popular.
Yeah.
because people were really into that. But it's like, what happened after the pandemic?
Yeah.
When people went back to the offices and life kind of went back to normal, do people still remember those topics?
Yeah.
And like our page, our well, on our marriage Pinnacle page, everything is like relationships and couples and weddings. You see so much of that. And one thing we see a lot of is like the couples like giving their husband, like the lady giving her husband the facial and the massage and the foot rub and all those kind of things in order to like, you know, not number one, cater to your spouse, but also, you know, help them and assist them in their self-care.
Yeah.
Because one thing you will find is that there's always someone in the marriage who's less in tune with their self-care. And sometimes it's a woman, sometimes it's the man.
Absolutely.
But there's always one person that tends to need more of a push to get their self-care in.
Agreed.
So today we're just going to talk about like the importance of that. What happens when you don't get enough of self-care, or you kind of like put yourself last on the totem pole. And one thing we really believe is that when you take care of yourself, like the right way, thoroughly, everybody else is cared for. Kids are cared for, the husband is cared for, the family, your jobs, everything is cared for when your mental and your physical, everything, when that's in a good place. So today that is kind of our topic.
And, you know, even just, it's so interesting, like, you know, when you recognize what is curated for you, right? So our page, again, it's all about relationships and things like that. And so I think even going a step further, our content is typically about healthy relationships, things like that. So typically you're seeing like all the good stuff and all of the like positives. And, you know, again, you're seeing the facials and things like that. We don't really know if that man really wanted to get the facial. He just did it for the content, right?
That's a fact.
And I mean, it is the truth, right? And I think that just goes to show that, like, even in real life, you could have a partner who is like advocating for you to take care of yourself, but we still don't, right? And, you know, one thing that I hear all the time, like when I'm like working with patients or like a company or whatever, is I don't have enough time. Yeah. I mean, sure, you could say that. Sure. But when you consider something a priority, you make time.
You make time.
Do you know what I'm saying? If it is something of importance to you, you make time. You know, you make the time for it. And I think we should not be last on the list. You know, I always hear people say, well, I don't want to seem selfish. And I'm like, one.
Like selfish in what regards, right?
In selfish in what regards, right? And we need to reframe the terminology of like selfish. Prioritizing self does not mean selfish.
It's quite the opposite.
It's actually quite the opposite, you know? So I think that really, you know, I'm glad that, you know, you were able to bring that cute video that we had seen.
So that cute video
that we saw. Yikes, that was scary. That was Baltimore. Jesus. Wow. That's crazy.
Golly.
Wow. Oh, wow. That was not very demure. That's cool. Okay, back to the episode. But that video that we saw, just really, I think, and in line, again, with just giving a training recently, not too long ago, that self-care is always going to be a conversation. And I don't think we can ever talk about it enough, especially because when life is lifing, it just goes out the window a lot of times.
It's just like the first thing to go.
It goes out of the window.
First thing to go.
You know, and so when we even think about self-care, before self-care is, I think, burnout, right? And so I want us to talk about burnout from the lens of like, what are some things that we feel cause burnout, what we notice, like what are some of the signs that we see, but then also make it personal, right? So obviously I'll come like clinically like, okay, this is, but then I really want to make it personal. Like have you ever felt in your life that there was a season where you did feel burnout, and then what did that look like? So before we get into like our personal experiences with burnout, I'll kind of just lay some foundation with what burnout is. And so this is a definition I kind of came up with. So burnout occurs when there is prolonged stress of some sort, prolonged excessive stress. And it really leads to different components, physical issues or physical concerns, emotional and mental exhaustion. So it could be all of, it could be one of, it could be a combination of a bit of everything. And you typically find this in spaces where you're having to exert a lot of like energy. So that could be in a marriage.
Yeah.
That could be with your kids. It could really happen and manifest in different high stress jobs.
Yeah.
And so you really tend to see a diminished sense of self. It can lead to a decrease in like satisfaction in your role, in a different role, in various roles. Whatever that role is, role as a mother, role as a wife, role at work, or whatever the case may be. And it can cause you to not always be your best, not always be your sharpest, make maybe I don't want to use the word irrational decisions, but it could cause you to make errors in judgment. You're off your game. You notice that there are, you're maybe emotionally detached from a situation. And ultimately, it can really cause a sense of a lack of fulfillment in this area as a wife, a mother, a worker, and where your sense of self or your well-being is no longer prioritized, right? And so we see burnout manifest, I think, in so many different ways. Us having jobs, being wives, being mothers. Have you ever felt burnt out? We'll start there.
Yeah, I won't say often, but I would say I can point to different phases of my life where I've known I've just been burnt out. And even just this year, my job was burning me out. And,
This girl made me want to stop lying. This Memmy right here.
like the Lord knew where I was going.
She wants some life.
That's the only reason I started laughing, because I was like, I know Lauren.
Because work,
when it comes to work, not too much.
Not too much on Memmy.
Please talk to me extremely nice if you are going to employ me. Don't have me doing too much.
And by too much, we mean work. This one right here.
Don't have me doing too much. Like, honestly, like, have me doing enough. Just enough. When you start now stressing me, I get burnt out. That's why I don't like it. So literally, I'm about to be like, I would like to
resign right now.
And God is so good, because God knows, like, God really, like, when I say God loves me, like when I say God's favorite,
his favorite.
God don't play about me. Because I was legit about to be like, hey, babe, like,
can I turn my
we gotta recalibrate this. It's too much. Like, they're giving me assignments.
They're giving me work. Yo, I have to chuckle because I'm like, this girl, this is what I hear.
I'm like, Laura, why did they have me writing a 20-page paper?
Like, because I'm not in school? I was like, because it's part of your job?
So I told them that I do not like to write. Why are they making me write? Like, yo, when I tell y'all that this year at work, they tried me.
Yeah.
They had me writing. I do not like to write. I come in, hey, I'm not good writing. They're like, you'll get better.
You'll get better. Practice makes perfect.
And sure enough, I can write a paper.
That's good.
I can.
Come on.
Sure enough to me.
Come on now. No, I can actually tell, because even in the song, you're like, oh,
you wrote that? That's what they call when pressure burst diamonds. Pressure makes diamonds.
Precious makes diamonds, baby.
That's what happened to me.
Come on.
So burnt out, yes, because I was like, hey guys, this is too like this. It was different for me. And I felt like I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
I felt like Marriage Pinnacle fell underneath. I felt like the kids. I was like, yeah, you guys are cool, but stay over there. That's what was like date night. I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of tired, and that's a lot for me because I love a good date night.
You love a good date night.
So if it's Friday night and I'm saying I don't feel like getting dressed, y'all know I'm burnt out.
we was going to get into the signs and symptoms. Sign. She
Fine.
don't want to go.
If I don't want to go, if I ain't trying to go to the function, something's wrong.
All 10 that are scheduled for the day. Let me ain't trying to go to none. Something's wrong.
It's a problem.
Temperature? Are you feeling okay? You some water? You want some water? Nothing.
That's how you know. And that's how I was feeling this year. And it's like you're laughing, but it's like for me,
Yeah.
that was burning me out. Like I was literally like burning what? You know I'm not gonna do.
Yeah, I know.
Burning from both ends of the candlestick. That's how it felt. Like I was on fire and it was closing in on me.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Yeah. So I'm hearing that. So I'm hearing pleasurable activities low.
Yeah.
Low on this low.
Yes.
Motivation to kind of do anything. Low. Okay. I'm trying to make it make sense.
Yes.
Broaden it out.
Bring it on.
Okay. So what about emotional? What did you notice emotionally about yourself?
Because the things that I enjoy doing were not priority, immediately there's like a lack of satisfaction, right? So there's like, I really want to do this, but I don't have the energy. I really want to do that, but I don't feel like it. Yeah. So that's like where I typically find my joy. And I've never we did it. Check it out. Yeah. But where I normally get my serotonin or like my boost, my dopamine was not, none of that was, I wasn't in the mood to do it. I didn't feel like doing it because I have been thinking all week.
I don't want to think. I want to turn my brain off. Turn it off.
And like when it was time to turn it off, I didn't have anything to say anything else. So it was like literally sucking my life force. Okay. And that's how I know when I'm getting burnt out. Like like I'm having kids that also can be burnt out. Of course. I think that's like really common. Yeah, like that
as a parent,
infant, newborn burnout phase.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's very few people who did not experience that.
I'll tell her, leave the talk. He's like, oh my gosh, she's amateur. I'm like,
that's what my cousin was. But she was like, I don't know, like, what people come say about having, like, I just love this. I was like,
I'm not gonna say he loved it, but I'm just saying he definitely, like, because my brother just had a baby and he is laughing. He laughs at my brother when my brother's like, this is a lot. He's like, so easy. It's a piece of cake. I'm like, all right.
Like, it's the easy part.
Brother, relax. It wasn't easy. Yeah. Like, but it wasn't easy. But but again, it is burnout because you're going from, again, taking care of yourself, maybe taking care of your wife or your husband, to now having a dependent child who needs you for everything.
He needs you to hold his neck.
His neck is gonna be done like this if you don't hold it up. Bobblehead neck.
Somebody needs you to hold
their neck for them to survive, literally. Because like literally the neck gonna be like this.
You're gonna be like, look, neck.
You're not the parents. Y'all know what the neck. Relax. My mom actually did that to me with my niece. I'm like, I have 2 kids.
You stop saying this grown people.
I have 2 kids. I figured it all right with them. She got no in the neck. I'm like, all right, mom. Mimi, give me 10 feet because I think I got it. I digress, but like not too much on me. But yeah, so I feel like, as a parent, there are parenthood. At some stage, you're gonna get burnt out.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
If it's not today, if it's not next week, it's gonna be tomorrow or next year.
It's going to come. It's going to come, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's the lack of awareness, and then not doing anything about it that is problematic.
That makes sense.
That's what makes it problematic because burnout is inevitable. Even if you're refueling and recharging, it's the body's way of telling you, hey, alarm, slow down. Take care of yourself. Areas of your life are depleted. We need to replenish, right? That is like that's the flag on the play. Like, this is what we need to do to now recharge, refuel, get some self-care in, and then go at it again. But when people don't, when they ignore, keep pushing, it's like driving a car with no gas.
Breakdown.
What happens when you drive a car with no gas? It's going to break down. It's going knock. That transmission, boy, Car's done for.
Like big dot.
Big done. You know, so I think that if we can acknowledge and be aware of like some of the things that come with being burnt out, then we can now talk about, okay, we know the signs, we know the symptoms. Now let's get into the self-care, right? So at least for me, when I think about signs and symptoms for self-care, I think about emotionally, physically, and psychologically, right? So I know for myself, when I am burnt out, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Because I got an attitude, number one. I'm irritable.
Yeah.
Tully can get it. He don't got nothing to do with the conversation. He got nothing to do with I'm irritated. He can get it. These kids can get it. Anybody can get it. I'm irritated. I'm irritable. And so Tully kind of know. He be like, what's wrong with you?
Not today,
Calm down. I'm the one who's stressed, but you're the one who was irritable. What's wrong? So for me, I know it. Irritation, irritability, right? But that also, because irritability also depression manifests as irritability. So again, that sadness as well might manifest as irritability. So I could really be sad about something. Low key, I'm sad about something, and it's just masked as irritability. Detached. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm like, I don't care anymore. I can put everyone.
Literally do not care. Do what you want. Do what you want. I don't remember what Zion was doing. And I might have been like, and it might not even been burnout, but that's how I know. I'm like, Zion, I don't care. Girl, go get the snacks. One thing Zion going to do is ask for snacks and not eat dinner.
Go get the snack and be full. Ruined dinner.
It's not ruined dinner. That is dinner. Well, mommy, I ate. It's fruit snacks. Fruit snacks. Right? You ate fruit snacks for dinner. And when I'm like, I don't care, girl, go get the fruit snacks. Something's going on. Something's off. Because first of all, they know, them kids know not to ask me for no snacks. Don't ask me for snacks. You had snacks at school.
Like, it's not enough.
Why do you need 6 snacks in a day? And so when that's how I know I'm detached and I don't care.
But what about the time, an example of you being burnt out? Can you think of the time? Yes.
Yeah. So so I feel like when I was at the prison, working at the prison, I have to emphasize, I don't need nobody thinking I'm a jailbird. I'm not a jailbird. I worked in a prison. I was burnt out and how I knew it, because my staff are the ones who made me aware. They were like, Dr. Wellness, everything okay? You're not your normal self. And I'm like, what's my normal self? You're usually kind and nice, and you laugh and smile. You're not laughing or smiling. And again, it goes back to that irritability. Like, I'm getting pressure from higher ups about things I cannot control. But you want me to work miracles. Yeah. I am not Jesus Christ. I cannot work miracles. But you want miracles. And you want my staff to present things that they cannot do, that are not within their scope. And so it's unfortunately making me snap at them. But it's me just being burnt out. Because I'm like, there's nothing else. It's like me hitting my head against a wall.
Yeah.
With no solutions. Nothing's going to be able to change about the situation. And it's frustrating. So that was a very salient example. I can remember just thinking about work. I can go right to it, because it was difficult, and then also it caused me to like not really be satisfied in my job. I was not satisfied anymore. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so it's like when one area or one aspect of your life, we talk about domains all the time, like your mental health, your social, your emotional, your physical, your spiritual, your financial. If a domain is getting stressed out, it can cause burnout or stress in all areas. And I felt like, yeah, financially, oh, great, but I'm depleted in how much I have to give emotionally, because I have to be there for all of these patients and my staff and I'm not getting the support I need on the back end. It's impeding on every aspect of my life.
And this makes sense, I think, and I think not enough people are aware how connected everything is.
Yeah.
Like, I think like what you just said about domains, there's like a direct link,
Absolutely,
to every. So it's like you pull the string one area, it's shifting
Yes, absolutely.
everything else.
Absolutely. Things begin to unravel in other areas. And again, that goes back to, like you said, awareness, and what you do when this is happening.
How do you course correct?
Course correct. So I think that's a good example that my staff were able to point out these things to me when my husband does that sometimes. I'll get a little defensive sometimes. Because in my mind, I don't think I'm unraveling. In my mind, I'm keeping it all contained and together. But clearly, I'm leaking all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm leaking all over the place. And I'm not as contained as I thought I was. You know, and I think that is a telltale. Like when Tola's like, girl, what is wrong? That's how I know, okay, I'm leaking. I'm leaking because I'm not as contained as I thought I would.
Probably some of that frustration, like the defensiveness, the frustration. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Like, and nothing I can do about it. So just leave me alone.
Yeah.
We leave.
Get the mop it up,
and fix it.
and get it out.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna trying to figure it out. I'm working on it. But it's important to communicate that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Physically, I would say when I'm burnt out, clearly I must be in a burnout stage of my life right now. I am going to wait. Yes, I am. I am going to wait. Fluctuations in weight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either not eating,
or
I'm eating a lot.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. I'm either super skinny, or I'm not the size that I want to be.
Yeah.
And that is like, and it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's emotional eating, but it's just like it goes out the window.
Yeah. It's that detachment.
The detachment, right? So it goes out the window, like the taking care of my body, putting good things into my body. It goes out the window. I don't care. Because again, it's survival mode. I just need sustenance. I don't care what that looks like because I'm just trying to keep it together.
And the better it tastes, the better. If it tastes
more delicious, more oil, fried, sweet, make me happy, makes me forget all the stress I'm under, and it tastes delicious.
And that is what life is about.
And that is
not what life is about.
Why wouldn't I want it to taste good? Sustenance plus it tastes good, why not? Sign me up. So again, yeah, and then the sleep as well, right? I because I'm burnt out, maybe I'm not as focused, so I'm even having to spend more time being up to get things done because I'm not as efficient. So my sleep hygiene is off, right? And one thing I go to, and I implore you to think about it, is sleep hygiene, for those of you who are not aware, is just like, again, you think about brushing your teeth, the care you put into your hygiene, the care you put into your sleep. So do you have a healthy turn down routine or wake up routine? When it's time for you to go to bed, do you have a time that you go to sleep consistently? Or do you just up all hours of the day, all hours of the night?
Or
going on vibes. I feel like I can 30 minutes of sleep is sufficient. But is it? Is it?
No.
It's not in any world. But like that sleep hygiene is so important. And typically when you're burnt out, you typically have poor sleep hygiene.
Yeah.
So you are aimlessly on your phone. Scrolling. Just scrolling. Rolling some more. And scrolling some more.
There's one thing about this scroll.
Yeah.
It's just endless.
There's always another video to watch.
Remember Instagram used to, hey,
Yeah.
like what is hitting?
It used to and get to the end.
Now,
There's always more.
last I need that is a little 4 hours and
not even that an eyelash. Oh, 4 hours is
4 hours is crazy.
It's crazy. Full. But literally, you can
It's doable.
get that information in 60 seconds or less. And it's just more and more and more. And that, again, goes to your sleep hygiene.
Mm.
You don't realize you're in the bed. Oh, yeah, I'm about to go to sleep.
Girl,
You in the bed awake for another 3 hours.
one thing that has transformed that for me
You turn to get your blocks.
with the block it caused me to put my phone down. But putting my phone down, because sometimes I'll feel like, oh, I can't go to sleep if I'm not like have the TV on, or if I'm not, like I can't just say, oh, I'm tired
That's
and
crazy
sleep.
work.
I can't. Like I need
Have to have the
something.
TV on.
Oh yeah, I said the TV on.
That is
Yeah.
sociopath.
I need it.
Oh, psychotic.
But I don't know if it's because growing up in Baltimore, I always fell asleep to sirens.
Noise.
Like it was noise, street noise, sirens.
That's county girls to chill with that.
It's not.
It's not.
Because I even like when moving to water, I'm just like it is.
Yeah.
Like because I didn't grow up listening going asleep to the TV. I did fall asleep to the radio though. Like I would have slow talking
Slow down, baby. Come on now.
so I did always fall asleep to some factor of noise.
Yeah.
So, but now I'll put my phone down. My phone block goes on.
Yeah.
I'll put my phone down and I'll read a book.
Yeah, you read a book back.
You'll be to bed in 10 minutes. Read a book. Yeah, it don't matter what unless it's like unless it's something. Yeah. If I'm gonna enter my seat on a book, then that might keep me up a little. But if I wake up in the middle of the night, because sometimes that was quick. Even if I wake up in the middle of the night. Like sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be like, dang, like my mind will be racing. Like I have
something to
I have racing thoughts. Yeah. So it will wake up and I'll be like, oh my God, did I do this? I gotta do this. I gotta do this. But if I pick up the book if I pick up the phone, I'm not going back to sleep.
That's crazy.
So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I get on my phone, I'm up. I'm up.
Insane.
Crazy. But if I get a book, I'll be back to sleep in like 15, 20. Wow. So
I've never thought to wake up at 4 o'clock and pick up a book.
Yeah, I just have my Kindle, like on the bed, so I'll just like grab it and.
Oh yeah, it gives you the light.
Mm-hmm. So you don't got to worry about a physical book or.
That's good.
So yeah,
I like them.
Yeah.
I think with burnout, psychologically, let's just get back into it.
Yeah.
You said something. You said racing thoughts.
Yeah.
Negative thought patterns.
Yeah.
We have isolation. So you could not want to be around people.
Okay, is that like pushing people
away?
Not answering your friend calls, stuff like that.
Exactly. And then it could really just impair your cognitive function. You're not as sharp. Well, you're burnt out because, again, you're not sleeping. You're not eating well. All of these things are playing into now how you now function.
Yeah. So it's like a snowball.
It's a snowball effect. So if you've experienced any one of those things or a combination of those things, take a step back and think, are you or could I be burnt out?
Yeah.
Could I be burnt out? And again, we haven't even spoken about factors like when with the children, right? The children make you burnt out because they just constantly need you. We have younger kids. So I guess when you're older, they might not be as dependent on you, but that doesn't still stop them from needing you. They still need you.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. They need you, and they need you at this moment. They need you right now.
Absolutely.
That can just tough.
And then, and what does that? How does that even manifest? So, like, I notice it when I'm burnt out. I don't have as much patience. Patience will out the door.
Getting up patience.
And I say that is something that is something I have been praying about this whole entire year. Is my level of patience.
Yeah.
Like I am like, Lord, give me this fruit. Holy Spirit.
I need it.
I need to be patient. Like I feel like I've gotten to the point where my road rage is gone. So I know on the road, I have learned and mastered patience. Why is it funny? You're laughing at
road rage.
Patience. What is road rage? What is road rage?
I did not know you had road rage.
You didn't?
Is everything okay?
I feel judged right now. That's actually crazy. Wow, you're judging me? Wow. That is supposed to be a safe space.
But I prayed for the Father never heard you curse. Is that the patience work?
Because I feel like it's working.
I feel like I would know if you had work.
Yeah. I feel like I've really gotten better at it. Like I used to no. It was bad.
I mean, I feel like I could be like, move over. Like,
yeah, but it was like, the time with every color. Yeah, it was bad.
Okay.
I had really bad road rage. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm glad you worked on that.
Did, yeah.
Because it could be dangerous.
It can be dangerous, right? Yeah. Road rage is serious. It's not to the point I'm getting out the car yelling. Okay. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. No, I'm not getting out the car. No, but I'm honking the horn and I'm looking and I'm doing this. And I'm giving you the look. I'm definitely doing that. Like, I'm doing this. I'm doing all that. Yeah, I'm doing that. I was doing all that. And I'm honking, yeah. So like Zonnie was like, Mommy, why are you honking your horn? When she was younger. But like, I used to not be good. Yeah, so I definitely feel like that's something I've absolutely mastered. Like I can get on the road, I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. It's not that big. It's fine. It's fine. When they honking at me, I'm like, it's okay. Because before you honk, I'm honking back. Literally, I'm honking together. We honking, you honking, I'm honking back. Because I'm like, what are you honking at me for? But I have moved past that. So I feel like, again, my patience in that regard has definitely improved. But I feel like I am at the stage where I'm recognizing I'm not as patient as I should be with like my kids. You know, like they kids. So I'm just learning, like, Laura, just give them a little bit of grace. So I have this 3 years. Yeah. I'm a 30-something years older than this girl. And I still don't got patience. So what am I expecting out this little one right here? So I need to chill. And I'm learning that. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, it's tough.
It is
tough.
It is. So I feel like, just even behaviorally, like, not to say I don't really argue that much anymore, but I recognize when I'm like stressed, you want to go toe for toe, round for round. What you want to do? Let's argue.
Right.
Like, let's argue. So I feel like behaviorally, I recognize it was also something that, like, when I'm burnt out, I'm just super stressed. I could go.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I got time today. It's the frustration. It's
like all the stuff we're talking about, like, it's just me.
Correct. So I feel like those are the ways I would see burnout when I'm at my max.
Yeah.
That's how I see it manifested. Yeah.
It's important to me to, like, we talk about ourselves so that you guys probably would do the same. Like, look at ourselves, look at your lives, look at how it manifests. Look at where could you be burnt out?
Where could you be burnt out?
How is it presenting? How is it manifesting as people around you? Like, do I seem stressed? Do I seem different? Like, if you're not, if you're working on your self-awareness, ask people around you, because I feel like we're like extremely self-aware. And I'm learning that a lot of people are not. And that is new for me.
I got to become more self-aware. I recognize that people are not self-aware.
And it's like, it's something that kind of shocks me every time. Because I'm just like, hey, like, people shouldn't have to tell you something like that. Like, you should just know. Like, you should be able to check yourself.
You always argue with people. That's not something you know. Okay.
But yeah, so, it's, so if you are working on that self-awareness in yourself, and if your man or your woman is telling you something,
take the hint.
Listen to it. Deep it.
Yeah. Deep it and do the work. At the end of the day, we're up here telling y'all our business, and we telling y'all we don't got it all together. Trust me.
It's never been.
And you never will. Tell her gonna get the mic and be like, well, actually, you might be self-aware, but you know what I'm saying? So I already know. It ain't like we out here preaching, because we are not perfect.
And that's part of self-awareness, knowing that I'm never going to have it together. Knowing that this is all going to be a journey.
Get close, though. I'm going to try to get close. Climb it. I'm going to try to get close.
You're going to get close. Y'all know, content. I know that I'm never going to have it together. So this is it.
Yeah.
I'm going to improve. I'm going to make my adjustments, where I can.
Yeah.
But what you see is what you get, baby.
Baby. Okay, so obviously we talk about the things that make us burnt out, how we feel, what we notice, right? Yeah. But what helps you when you are stressed then? Like, what do you notice helps you when you're stressed?
I really like that question. Taking a step back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, whatever's stressing me out, taking a step back.
Yeah.
Like, if it's work that's stressing me out, on the weekends, I'm not just going to close my laptop gently. I'm going to slam it.
And throw the laptop.
And I'm going to fling it. And I'm going to lock it in a room where I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get away from that thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to disconnect fully.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that's causing the stress, I need to disconnect. If it's kids, they're going to their grandma's house.
Maybe. Come get your grandkids. Come get them.
I know that's a luxury. I know not everybody has that luxury. But I'm going to, for me and mine, I'm getting them up out of here.
Every time.
So that is in those two ways, work, kids, I need to get away.
Yeah.
I need to not see it. I need to not hear from it. I need to, like, I'll FaceTime your kids at their grandma's house just to check on them.
Not you not checking on your kids.
Yeah, I'll check on them, but I need a break.
I need a break.
And that for me, it helps me recalibrate. It helps me readjust. A flight.
Where we going?
Yeah.
Where we going?
That's gonna fix it. Whatever the problem is,
So
it will fix it.
I am so due somewhere.
Somebody take her.
Take me somewhere out of the DMV. I'm for you. I can't tell you.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Very soon. It's coming. We're gonna sing that.
It's coming.
It's going away.
It's coming. But yeah, I think, okay, so those are things that you do. So I'm hearing things that you take away.
Yeah.
What do you like for yourself?
Okay, so that I don't know. Like, I'm gonna be cliche. Like, I go to the spa.
But why not though?
Okay, because those are the things.
Because that somebody touching on you is not good for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch me. I'm give me a massage every time.
Yeah,
Every time. Give me a massage. Deep tissue every time.
Bali Springs.
Gonna make that ride. Make that ride, baby. Bali Springs is a place in the DMV that is, it's gorgeous, but it's a little far out. But yeah, so okay, so you're a spa girl.
I'm a spa. I'm gonna take you to the spa.
Yeah.
Give me a reason to like get cute.
Yeah.
Like get
Okay.
stuff. Put some clothes on. Put a nice scrub.
Yeah.
Go take pictures. Somewhere.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah.
Like go get food.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Buy me a wig.
Baby. So sick. Need a new one, girl.
Cross my toes.
Cross my toes. I need a new one, baby. Yeah, she does. This is for every time.
You love your wig. Taking shopping. None of that taking shopping. Just let me go shopping. By myself.
Hand me the money and let me go.
I just want to go myself. I don't need anybody to go with me. I just want to go. Like my birthday last year, we didn't get to travel.
Oh.
So that was like me to the spa.
Yeah.
I took his car. Went to the mall.
I used to swipe the notes like this. It was the best.
And Texas Corner just like this. What he back like this shoe? Sending my friends pictures of my shoe. Like what?
Yeah.
My perfect
Perfume.
that is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
Those things are going to recenter me. They'll bring me back to myself.
Okay, so this is me.
No,
you answered the question. No, you did.
Okay.
But my thing is, what I don't want to confuse, right, is self-indulgence and self-care, right?
Like, can you tell us what is self-care? Because I feel like because when we see self-care online, self-care is like, get a massage, go for a walk, go work out, what is it?
So I think that recognizing the difference again between self-care and self-indulgence, because I think you provided examples that I think can be self-care, but you getting that bag,
I'm indulged.
you're indulged.
Look at me like you're already thinking
You're
about
indulged.
Yeah.
It is an activity that provides immediate pleasure and gratification.
That's indulgent.
Relief. Because think about it, like you stressed out, you are physically tired. The bag gives you a bit of happiness.
Yeah.
It's a quick distraction from all that you got going on, but it
And
doesn't.
then it goes in my closet and I forget that I have it. And I'm going on like, oh, I forgot. I don't have that for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's the
Makes sense.
difference. And like when you are actually practicing self-care, you are doing things that increase your energy. You are doing things that improve your mental health, your physical health.
So therapy is self-care. Oh, oh my God, this is such a light bulb moment for me. Like, this is really good. Okay.
And as opposed to self-indulgence, again, it can be very short term. You get the bag, you feel better.
Yeah.
You spend money, which again it's the retail therapy. You spend money. Oh, it gives me the high that I want.
That's what it is. It's a dopamine rush.
It's a dopamine rush, right?
100%.
But then you aren't able to sustain this feeling, this euphoric feeling, unless you keep spending and then you spend all your money.
I've been there.
Been there, done that. So yeah, so self-care. And the thing is, what I think is different about self-indulgence and self-care should be non-negotiable.
Gotcha.
Like it should be something that you are practicing no matter what. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if I work, my kids are getting on my nerves or whatever, or my husband did this or my wife did this. You are practicing self-care consistently. And I think that is a very big difference between like you're shopping sometimes and you feel good, you got the bag, it made you feel good, it took your mind off of all the stuff that's going on, but it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Yeah, and I think that we have to make, which goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I don't have enough time. You have to make, like, self-care must be a priority. It is a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable, and so that's why I go back to the question, what do you do that's a non-negotiable?
I can't understand that. Okay. I'll definitely say therapy. Okay. I my therapist every other week, like the past 3 years or something, so don't play with that. I would say reading has been my self-care. Just having my reading time every day. Right? Yeah, because what I tried to do this year.
Absolutely self-care.
Yeah, because I replaced my scrolling time this year with books.
Yeah.
And that has been, like, even, I feel like I'm kind of shifting back into my scrolling time, but I still can kind of say, okay, let me go back to your books. Yeah. But that has been really, really good for me. And just, I've really been enjoying that. I would say, like, friend time, like talking to my friends, like that really does put me in a good place, and it's something that I like to do often. And I have been more this year about more what's the word I'm looking for? More intentional. About family time. Yeah. So like making sure that we have, like, me and my kids do stuff, and I'm not just always like on my phone in my office, but actually doing stuff with them. Yeah. So yeah, I would think those
are... You see how you just answered the question?
Yeah, so because now I actually understand. Yeah. Because I definitely feel like self-care is a word. It's one of those words that's thrown around and everybody becomes something else that is not what it really is. So I feel like that explanation is very powerful. That definition you gave us, because I definitely feel like a lot of people just have this idea of what they think self-care is. And that's why I'm glad to be out here stressed and burnt out. Because you don't really know what it is.
Yeah. And so I think that, I'll actually share mine.
Yes,
so for me, things that I feel like are important for my self-care and how I know when I'm not doing it, those things are like, my exercise and like how I am like physically is like the exercise and being active. And that is when I'm consistent, I feel my best. Like when I get a workout in, and it's not even got to be like I'm out here going crazy, but the minute I am consistent with working out, I get it done. I just feel better. I feel better, and I feel like I look my best, right? I'm confident about what I have on. I'm confident about what I'm wearing, and confident in it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's so important to me. So like being able to get some physical activity in is paramount for me. I feel like my spiritual health is so important to me as well. And I recognize when I am not as in tune, how it impacts and affects like every area of my life. I feel like it impacts every area of my life. And I feel like when I'm connected, I can just see the difference. I can see, Jesus, you're working. It's you. It's like I can see it. You know what I mean? I notice it, and I notice when I've fallen off. I've noticed when like I've not read my devotionals and like I've been slacking or whatever, and I just know that consistency is so needed for me. I would say I also like I'm really. And I think that was you. I think you kind of helped me with this, like just getting back into reading. Like I've always loved reading. And I just felt like after school, being in school for years, like it just, the time and then working and then kids and then life. And it's just like finding the time to read has been difficult, but it's always been something I enjoy since I was little. And now like audiobooks, a good girlfriend from college is the one who introduced me to audiobooks, and it is a game changer for me. Like the fact that I can multitask and still get a book in, like the driving and being able to listen to a book is a game changer for me. it's like, but I also love a good physical book.
Yeah.
Like I love a good physical book, but
it takes time.
It takes time because you are dedicated to doing that one thing at that time.
Everything else is frozen.
Everything else is frozen. So for the fact that I can read a book, even if it takes me a little bit longer, but I'm doing it in time that's spent doing something else, has been a game changer for me. And I felt like just you talking about I read 35 books and like I'm like, how you read 35 books?
And that's literally all I did was get away.
I was like, what?
Oh, to me, my screen time.
No, your screen time is high. Your screen time is high.
My
Not judging.
screen time is outrageous.
Your screen time is high. Yeah.
I would say about 11 hours. 11 hours is average.
Is that in
screen time for me.
24 hours or is that in
In a day? In a day. And it's not all social media. You know, sometimes it's
most.
It's majority.
Shorted it.
Majority. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I be on my phone.
Yeah.
So if I can get that screen time down to 6, 7.
That's awesome. And you're replacing it with books.
I can read a book a day.
Yeah.
People think it's crazy, but I can literally read a book in a day. I can read 350 page book in one day.
But and I'm not trying to I'm not clocking your work schedule. How are you doing that? How are you reading 350 pages and you're saying your job is stressing you out?
This is what I
Can
like.
you imagine?
This is why. So I don't want to say it because I want my employers to understand this. This is why I don't like real work. I mean, so I can do other stuff.
You can do other stuff.
That's why I be burnt out. I be burnt out because I can't read a book a day because I'm actually doing work. My self-care is suffering.
Your self-care is suffering. You know, there's a thing called sacrifice too. Sometimes you have to sacrifice.
Next episode.
Next season.
I'll see you January. Not right now. Please.
Okay. Wait, now I get it. Because I'm just like, 350 pages?
It's really not like 3 hours. It's not like.
Okay, sure.
I'm also a fast reader.
You're also a fast reader. I was about to say you're a fast reader, man, because we be going through stuff. I'm like, can you go back down? Can you scroll back? I'm not done. Can you wait? Can I digest and interpret the information and then process it?
Always been with my dad. My dad used to say that's a speed reader. He used to always call me that. Like
You're a speed reader. You're a speed reader.
In the summertime when they would do the book count, and
Oh,
I would win every summer in the library and the email
Why
prep.
are you done 15 books in 1 month? Yeah, so anyway, so a good book, I feel like you got me back into like being able to prioritize that part that I enjoy. I would also say, yeah, spending time with family and friends. You know, date nights when we can get them. Girl, we want to do better on that. We want to do better.
We fell off.
Yeah, we
We used
better.
to be abusive.
Yeah, y'all used to grow good, but yeah, we are due. We're due. It's just like I feel like just life, just life gets in the way, and so I can understand the season, you know. And I feel like that's the thing. That's the beauty about seasons. They're not permanent, and I'm okay. Like right now, it's just like we got things that we got to get done and do, and so it just hasn't been as a priority. So I've been able to substitute date nights that I enjoy with other things for now. Yeah. So I think right now, those are off the top of my head, those are the things I feel like help me manage my stress. But I feel like before we kind of get into because the thing is, what I don't want this episode to be about is, oh yeah, just go read a book. Just go to the spa. It's not about that. It really isn't, because what works for me may not work for Memi and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's what I recognize. So it's never about, and even when I give these trainings, it's never about loading you up with all of these things that you could do for self-care. It's not about that. It's more about, are you consistent when you do it? So like if you tell me that reading a book provides you with the dopamine that you need, helps to calm you, helps to decrease your irritability, helps you feel good, be consistent in doing that. If it is journaling, if it is prayer and meditation, do it consistently. Like, and that I think is the area that people find difficult, is the consistency part. And I think you mentioned that earlier in the episode. We were like, oh yeah, I do like doing that. That does feel good when I do that. Consistency is key. It's key. When you're able to do something consistently, it becomes, again, a priority. You've taken away from maybe to priority to non-negotiable, you know?
And again, it's like, when we talk about not having enough time, we talk about prioritizing. Like, if this is the thing that brings you joy, this is the thing that makes you feel makes you feel at ease. And like you said, like I feel calm, I feel centered when I'm doing these things. Make that push it. If you have a schedule, push it to the top.
It has to be at the top.
Allow it to be
It
the
has to be
thing
at the
that
top.
you cannot play around with.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that an example, right? So like for someone who is prioritizing like just my physical health, right? If I'm not choosing to work out, and if I'm not making that a priority, then it doesn't happen.
Right.
What needs to happen? Goes back to this word sacrifice. I need to sacrifice maybe a little bit of my sleep to get up earlier to go and work out.
Or go to bed
earlier. So that I'm ready for when I need to work out. And again, it's a balancing act, right? And that goes back to this awareness piece. Like if I don't even recognize that I'll be on my phone for 11 hours, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Half a day. If I be on the phone for half of a day.
Literally the whole time you're awake almost.
The whole time you're awake, you're on your phone. Yeah. If I don't have that awareness, if I can't be mindful, if I can't be demure about my level of awareness on a certain thing that's helping me or not helping me, then there's no way I can be consistent. So I need to implement that awareness. I think maybe we will never say it enough. One thing you'll always hear from us, communication, and you always want to hear about us being introspective and self-aware. Mm-hmm. Because that right there are game changers for when you are in a relationship with another person. Mm-hmm. Being able to be aware about your shortcomings and things that you do great, right? And you have to take action, right? So now that I'm aware that these are the things that I need, what am I doing to actually do them? Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then I think above all, right? So yes, there are tangible things, but I think it also goes back to like, are you practicing self-compassion for yourself? Like in the season that you're in? Yeah. Are you empowered to practice self-compassion? Are you able to forgive yourself for this season that you're in that maybe is not going the best or whatever the case may be? Are you taking breaks? Are you getting rest? Are you empowered to do those things?
Because part of taking care of yourself is caring for yourself. Like you have to actually care for you. Be gentle with yourself, right? Okay, I'm burnt out. I've been going off on my kids, going off on my husband. I've been not feeling like doing that thing.
I feel like it is important that we recognize that consistency, awareness, and empowering ourselves to really take the things that we need seriously, like rest and pauses and breaks. Mm-hmm. There's no harm in that. There's no shame in that. Mm-hmm. Being a wife, yes, you have certain responsibilities. Being a mother, you have certain responsibilities. Being an entrepreneur or a businesswoman, have certain responsibilities, but if you're not empowered to take a pause or take a break, you're always going to feel like you have to keep the hamster wheel going. Mm-hmm. So I think that that's really, really important. Yeah. So, Mems, what are your last thoughts? Make it good because this is the last episode for the season.
My last thoughts are water circle after the week has been a part of my self-care.
Yes.
It has been a place where we are able to come together. I'm able to talk with my sister about things that we are passionate about, things that I love, and like truly, I feel just put like our positive like energy and our takes and our experiences and share it with others because we understand what marriage is like. We know that it's not always a great time like what you see on social media. It's not always that. And so we are trying to bring that realistic aspect to your feed, to your YouTube, so that you're able to kind of see the reality of things, the good and the bad, and how to get through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that just one thing I thought about, again, you're going to hear mountains and peaks and valleys all the time from us. But that is the journey, right? You know, it's never going to be smooth sailing. And once you become more self-aware, once you get a skill under your tool belt, how are you now using that to now climb a little higher? How are you using that to get out of a valley that you might be in? How do you use that to stay in a season of like great peaks? You know what I mean? Right. And for me, like you said, I feel like just this season alone has been, I think, transformative for me. It's been we've had to have some come to Jesus moments and where we aren't necessarily doing the best in certain areas, but I think it's about that growth, right? And it's about like, how do we continue climbing? How do we continue to put one foot in front of the other and say, you know what, we're going to do it again. We're going to wake up again. We're going to try again. We're going to get better. And, you know, it's been good. It's been good.
I'm having a great time. I mean, it's not, like you say, it's not always. Sometimes it is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like our followers are low, or people are not watching our videos, you know, but it's like, I know it is part of the journey.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
like you made a great point in another episode is that when you're so focused on the end state, you miss the beauty of the journey. You know, you miss this. You're taking a scenic route, but you're not paying no attention.
Come on now.
Because you just focused on that. You know, and so, we have goals.
Absolutely.
We have things we absolutely want to see ourselves do and see our platform get to. But in the meantime, like 50 views.
Come on.
You know, we're not happy about it, but we understand it's part of the journey.
Part of the journey. It's all
like, you know, do we want a viral, you know, it would be nice to get us to get, because we know we have stuff that we want to share, but it's part of the journey.
Just part of the journey. So from us to you, we want you guys to prioritize your self-care.
Yes,
we want you to continue striving to make your relationships and your marriages the peak, the pinnacle, because again, marriage is not easy. Relationships are not easy. And we're just doing our little part to help you along the way. So if you rock with us until the end of this episode, we want to thank you. Thank you for a wonderful first season. As always, we want you to like, comment, and subscribe. And until season 2, this has been another episode of Chats from the Peak.